Hello everyone, this is Dr.Mihir Shah once again with another video. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve problem sum based on input tax credit, also known as ITC, under goods and service tax subject, also called as indirect tax. Okay, again, a very important topic for all the TYBMS M6 students. We're going to solve two sums. Okay, based on ITC, how to calculate that. But before that, there are some rules that you need to understand. Okay, once you know those rules, then the sum solving is the very easy part. Okay, the rules are the only thing which you have to remember. So let us see what are the list of rules that you need to remember in order to solve the sum based on input tax credit. Okay, first of all, meaning of ITC. ITC means a reduction in the tax which is paid on purchase. Again, the word is purchase. So ITC basically is is the tax that you're going to pay when you're purchasing goods, which can be used to set off while calculating the payment of GST. Okay, but in this topic, we just want to calculate what is the amount of tax that you're going to pay on purchase. Now, when you talk about purchase, there are a lot of things you need to consider, okay, because on each and every purchase, GST is not applicable. So, what are the cases where GST, ITC will be available? That we need to learn. Okay. So, cases where ITC cannot be availed. This is what you need to remember. Meaning, see, there are 8 to 10 cases which you need to remember. Other than that, rest everything by ITC is available. Okay. So, number one, motor vehicle. If purchased for personal use, you cannot avail ITC. If you want ITC, it's like a set off a rebate if you want. Okay, if you want that ITC part. So if you're purchasing any motor vehicle for personal use, you cannot avail ITC. Exception is their purchase for transportation of passenger or goods. But if you are purchasing vehicle for transportation purpose, for passenger transportation or goods transportation, okay, then it is available because then it becomes commercial. Next, food, beverages, outdoor catering, beauty parlor treatment, health service, cosmetic, plastic surgery. Whenever you're purchasing these services, on this ITC cannot be availed. Okay. Next, membership of any club or fitness center or health center like gyms and all, you cannot avail ITC in that. Rent a cab, health insurance or life insurance. So if there is pickup and drop service, okay, or you're renting a cab or health insurance, life insurance, on that again, ITC is not available. It is only allowed only if the government makes it obligatory for the employer to provide to his employee. Only if the government have made it compulsory under a certain condition, only then you can use it, otherwise no. But this thing has to be mentioned there. Next, travel benefits to employees, that is leave travel allowances and all, on that ITC cannot be availed. ITC is not available for any work contract service. If there is a contract based service, on that ITC is not available. Allowed only if work contract service supplied for construction of plant and machinery. So it's only if it is plant and machinery construction related, then it is available, otherwise not. Next, goods and services for construction of immovable property, whether to be used for personal or business. So for construction work, if you have you're purchasing any goods and services, on that ITC is not available. Goods received by a non-resident taxable person, ITC cannot be availed. Goods and service used for personal consumption cannot be availed. And last, goods which are lost, stolen, destroyed, written off, disposed by, or gift or free samples, on that it cannot be availed. And last, ITC utilized by way of fraud. If any fraud is done, okay, you're taking some ITC on basis of fraud, again, not availed. Okay, so these are the 11 cases which you just have to remember. So basically, anything for personal cannot take in place into consideration. For construction purpose, not allowed. For goods stolen, all these are not allowed. So you just have to remember these 11 odd rules. Okay. Now, based on these 11 cases that we took about, now let us see how we actually solve the sum. We're going to take out the very first sum. Mr. Ramakant has provided information regarding input tax credit related to GST on inward supply for the month of July. You are required to calculate ITC available for the month of July 2021. Okay, now the question is very straightforward. They are given you itineraries, and then you have to just say which one of them can be availed under ITC and which cannot be availed. Okay, so now first thing, club membership facility provided for recreation of employee. Again, club membership, gym, club, all on that ITC cannot be availed. So on the first, there is no availment. Goods lost in transportation, again, good lost, destroyed, cannot be availed. Refreshment provided, again, food, beverage, refreshment, on that ITC cannot be availed. Repairing charges paid by Mr. Ajay toward upkeeping of machinery. Okay, this is a normal expense. Nothing was mentioned about in those cases, so yes. Input purchase of as raw material, nothing. They're not mentioned for construction, so yes. Professional fees paid, it is a normal service, yes. Health insurance, again, it is voluntarily done by employer. Government hasn't told you to do so. So on this, ITC cannot be availed. And pick up and drop facility for employees, again, non-mandatory, not given by government. Again, pick up and drop service, rent a car service, on all that ITC is not available. So basically, ITC was only available on these three. So 40 plus 50, 90 plus 60, 1,50,000. So 1,50,000 will be your total ITC. Okay, now in order to solve it is the same. You just have to note down those itinerary, those particulars. Wherever we have put the cross, those are not availed under ITC, so we'll write nil, and whichever are tick mark will be the values. Okay, so this is how your solution should look. Okay, club membership was not availed. Good loss cannot be availed. Refreshment not availed. Repairing charges, yes. Input of raw material, yes. Professional, yes. Health insurance not available. Pickup and drop not available. We add up and we got our 1,50,000 as a total input tax credit available. Okay, very simple. It's only based on those rules. Okay, this was the very first sum. Now let us take up another question. You are required to calculate ITC available for the month of December 2021. Okay, again, first what we'll do, first we'll just mark out here and then the solution. Accounting services availed, yes, it's a normal activity, normal service on that, yes, ITC can be availed. Professional fees paid to Mr. Avi for providing audit service, yes, it's a normal service, will be available. Refreshment provided, no, cannot be availed. Raw material used in the production process, okay, normal production process, yes, ITC can be availed. Repairs of building premises, no tax invoice available. Acha, now remember one rule. If you want to avail ITC, there has to be a proper invoice, a tax invoice need. Without a bill, ITC cannot, or without an invoice, ITC cannot be availed. So since there is no invoice available, you cannot avail this part. Purchase of plant and machinery, okay, it's normal plant and machinery, yes, you're purchasing, on that ITC is available. Input purchase, that is material purchase for construction. Remember, anything for construction, when you're purchasing anything for construction other than other than plant and machinery, okay, nothing else can you get availment of ITC. Okay, so input of raw material for construction, no, on that also no. So basically, you have 36,000 plus 18,000 plus 54 plus 90, which comes to around 1,98,000. That will be the value of ITC. Okay. So solution may accounting services, yes. Professional fees, yes. Refreshment, no. Okay. Raw material for production, yes. Purchase without an invoice, no. Plant and machinery, yes. Construction claim, raw material, no. So total came to 1,98,000. So if you look carefully, the sum is very simple. The only thing what you'll have to remember is the rules. Once you note down those rules, rest everything is very simple. Okay. So these are the two sums that we had solved under this topic based on input tax credit, also called as ITC. So I hope everyone have understood it. With that, we will be ending this video here. Thank you.